Question 1, how many weeks for Ben Long for his hip and shoulder off the ball on Brayden Maynard, which left Maynard writhing in pain on the ground, potentially with a broken rib? Question 2, how many weeks for Brayden Maynard when he stormed up toward Ben Long, made contact with the umpire? Will he be fined? Will he get weeks? We want you to answer that. And what about Touk Miller? He was in around the umpire as well. He made contact with the umpire. Should he be suspended for umpire contact? Let's break it down. Gentlemen, Laura, how do you see it? I think Ben Long, 2 to 3 weeks. I think umpire contact for Brayden Maynard also in the realm of 2 to 3.
Well, I look at it, and and I'm not just the Collingwood side, because I don't think Touk Miller should even be, should probably get a fine, and that's it. But he followed in Brayden Maynard. Maynard, if you look at the vision, had only eyes for one bloke, Ben Long, who, it was a dog act what he did behind play. That was off the ball, from behind, and he could have injuries to his ribs. He said he might have. That's another thing. I think whatever Brayden Maynard get and Touk Miller get, Ben Long's got to get longer. That's the way I look at it. And I know you're going to look at the matrix and see what you do. There's no umpire matrix, I don't think.
No, that'll go to the tribunal.
That'll go to the tribunal. All right. If we look at it, people are trying to say it was like Toby Green. That is wrong. No. Toby Green knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to be smart, and he went too far on that, and he got, 6 weeks?
Yep.
Toby. I think if Brayden should get a week, I reckon Touk Miller probably get a fine. That's what I believe. That's my opinion, but we're going to listen to our callers, whatever. And I think Ben Long, if Brayden Maynard gets 1, Ben Long's got to get 2 or 3.
Do you think he even saw the umpire?
Well, if you, I don't know, Rich. I don't want to sound.
He had tunnel vision, didn't he?
Did he what?
He probably didn't, but that's not going to be enough of an excuse.
I mean, he saw him
because the umpire's in front of him.
He saw him at the last second.
So
I know Collingwood bias at all on that. I'm just seeing it how I thought, because you look at his eyes are just going, and also Long knew that he was coming. After that incident.
Well, he kind of put the umpire.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think Ben Long to me will be 2 to 3. Depends on whether the rib's broken. I think that'll factor into it. How much is, or what extent is the injury to Brayden Maynard? Because he suggested last night it might be broken, but we're still finding out. I think initially, I realise this is out of the matrix, but initially you're sort of thinking fine territory because it falls under careless as opposed to intentional. But I just don't think they're going to know what to do with this. So they'll send it to the tribunal to figure it out. Yep. They'll send the umpire contact to the tribunal to figure it out. Yep. But Brayden Maynard, I'd like to think, he wasn't doing anything intentional, but they don't like the umpires being touched at all. So I think that's going to be the problem. But whatever you decide to do for this is then going to be another precedent.
All right, well, jump off the fence. Come on, tell us what you think.
I personally think it should be a fine, but I don't think it's going to be.
Okay.
You only think it's a fine?
For Maynard.
For Maynard.
It's not intentional. I don't think it's intentional.
I'm with you. I think a fine, but I'm...
It's not going to be, though. Yeah. I can tell...
Well, if it's not a fine, what's he get?
If it goes to the tribunal, that's when it starts to get murky.
Well,
because,
it will go to the tribunal.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll give him just a week.
Right. I don't think it matters if it's not intentional. The fact is he has a duty of care to the umpire, as does Touk Miller, but the umpire is there.
Why is the umpire there?
Well, great question.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The umpire is there. You have a duty of care as a player. We're not talking about in the play, Shorty. This is not a passage of play. This is Brayden Maynard with his horns up, wanting to go hard and get into Ben Long. The umpire is standing there. Brayden Maynard has a duty of care not to be anywhere near touching the umpire. That is on Maynard.
Can anybody in here or in this box say to me that can they remember when they said to umpires, if a melee starts, you stand on the outside. If you can see it and it happens. You don't go in and get physical. Can anybody remember that coming out? I reckon it was 4 years or maybe longer. You don't go in where that was just... and look, the umpire's not the biggest part of it, but I don't think he should have been there in the first.
And Ben Long, in the end, it looks like he almost used the umpire as a shield because he could see that Brayden Maynard was coming towards him, and then he got out of the scrap pretty quickly. Look, the AFL just doesn't like contact with umpires, so that's why.
So you think they'll make an example almost?
Well, they'll have to if they want people to take it seriously. Right. But Brayden Maynard. What do you do about a guy, I mean, it shouldn't be an excuse, but who plays the way he plays and has just received a hit like that? What do you do? Because he'll say, that's what provoked me. Well, but that's not really an excuse that they've
stand up for yourself.
That's not going to stand up as a defence.
No.
But should it?
No, I don't think so.
Someone gave me a broken rib.
He'd had a break to cool down.
It's Brayden Maynard. He had about 30 seconds.
30 seconds with a broken rib. I think, Richo, I'd love to have seen you in the same, because I don't mind if you come in front someone like this and, you know, you're coming at it and you see it. But when it's from, like, behind, and that's what it was. It was a cheap shot, but, you know.
I'm with you, though, Shorey. The incident involving Ben Long, let's remember, this incident of Ben Long going in while Maynard and Humphrey are just having a bit of push and shove. Ben Long comes in off the ball, low, hard, hip and shoulder, straight into the ribs. It was an off-the-ball incident. Yeah. It is the exact kind of incident.
Medium or high impact, because he went
medium
down for a
Depends on the broken rib.
Yeah.
But it is the exact kind of act the AFL is trying to rid from the game, because you don't want to see it at senior level and you don't want to see it replicated at the lower level. If you are not in the passage of play, you have no reason to be hit like that. That was cheap and nasty, and Brayden Maynard said similar.
You're going to come hit me cheaply, you're going to get some back. So it's all part of the game. I didn't mind it, really. I think I might have a broken rib, but it's all part of footy. We move on.
I don't think it is part of footy. I don't think that Ben Long...
Yeah, but that's where Brayden plays. He's old school mentality. But
I don't think what Ben Long did
you're right.
should be part of footy.
No, you know, you can't hit someone off the ball.
No, but he's saying, if you hit me, I give you something back.
Yeah, no, I get...
Do you think that's part of footy? A retaliation?
No, that doesn't stand up as a defence.
No, but do you think that's part of footy? They're different? Because I haven't been out there when someone's...
I understand what Brayden's saying, because he's upset, he's been hit, and he knows that it's a bit of a cheap shot. So, but you've just got to be better. We can't have that in the game.
I don't think you can use it as an excuse to go, I wanted to get to Ben Long to throttle him, so I pushed the umpire out of the way.
No, it's not going to be an excuse, but I'm just saying...
The game's gone past that sort
of
eye for an eye stuff.
I'm just saying in a physical game, that would be happening a bit.
I'm saying that, but if you're Brayden Maynard, it's hard to control your adrenaline there when you've been hit off the ball like that.
133 693. Want to get to your calls? 133 693. All with thanks to Nick Theodosi Prestige Cars. Everyone should own a Prestige car at least once in a lifetime. We have the $100 gift card. All with thanks to Harvey Norman to give away. Don't forget their half-yearly clearance has been extended until today. $100 gift card for Harvey Norman for our best caller. G'day, Ken.
How you going?
Good.
You need to stop referring to it as a hip and shoulder. It was a dog act hit from behind for starters. It wasn't a hip and shoulder. I think Miller and Maynard...
we haven't referred to it as a hip and shoulder, have we?
Oh, Shane has a few times.
Yeah, no. I said...
Well, a bump. It was a bumping action.
Bumping action. Yeah. I'm just trying to describe what the kind of action was.
He didn't tackle him and he didn't punch him. It was a bumping action.
It was a bump, and in essence, kind of the old hip and shoulder. But no, I get what you're saying. That's fine.
And just with Maynard and Miller, I think only a fine. And Miller actually was more forceful with the umpire than Maynard was. He had more
I reckon if you have a look at it, he probably was in the wrong angle, and he did sort of hit him further over the umpire's back than what Maynard did. Maynard was like a sort of side, I'm going to him. But it doesn't matter. They both made contact, and I just think Took should get in.
Brayden Maynard ran in and pushed the umpire out of the way. I think there is more on Brayden Maynard here than there is on Took Miller.
I agree that I don't think Took should even go. He didn't. Look, I don't think Took's out there really over the top aggression that you're going to be totally scared of Took running into a melee, eh?
I'd be scared of
and that's nothing against Took, but he was standing up for his teammate. But was it? Can they do the accidental thing on the umpire contact? Is that thrown up or what?
Oh, I think that all that will come into consideration
the tribunal
as to how it's done. I just think Brayden Maynard is more the instigator in this issue. If Maynard isn't pushing the umpire,
not running in there.
Miller's nowhere near him. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, good afternoon. I just want to say Brayden Maynard retaliated and remonstrated, and he should only get a fine. And as for Ben Long, he should get 3 weeks for the hip and shoulder or the bump because he ran at Brayden Maynard and with the intention of causing injury.
Well done.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't think there's any
I don't
doubt
know.
that
It's going to be 2 or 3, I think. I
for
don't think it'll be
Ben
one.
Long, yeah. And it should be because that is the ugly act that sort of sparked it all. I think it's different to the umpire contact because that wasn't malicious. That was, in my view, careless or accidental.
He ran in with tunnel vision.
You can see it on his face.
He saw him at the last second, and it's accidental, but they don't like it.
No, they don't. They don't.
But you honestly, even though they don't like it, you don't think that deserves at least 1 or 2 weeks. The fact that he had tunnel vision and failed to notice.
You're
the
saying
umpire.
the duty of care side of it.
Yeah, there is, and
absolutely.
they are big on
They
the
are
duty of
big on
care.
it.
And I think the thing is, it's if Brayden Maynard doesn't run point blank at Ben Long, does the whole scrap even happen? It probably doesn't.
Oh, I think it was happening already.
A little bit was happening.
There was a little bit happening.
There was a little bit, but in terms of both full teams getting involved, was it Billy Frampton?
It certainly added a bit of Burley into it, didn't it?